Hello, welcome to another video from EarnPed.com. I am Stevie B. Happy to have you all with me today. Guys, we have a ton of very important information to cover. I want to get this out to you guys now that I'm fully up to speed, or mostly up to speed. That way you guys can take advantage of a great in-game opportunity. So, let me just start off. I've got a full pot of coffee and let's hit this hard. So, I am on Planet Calypso. Today is July 30th, 2023. And I am desperately trying to bang out the rest of rank 25 for my Longtooth Codex. I started migration just over a month ago at rank 16. I've gotten all the way through rank 24. I'm 12% of the way through rank 25, and I am trying to bang this out as quickly as I possibly can to just be done with the ELM migration 2023. I am not going to be doing any of the Longtooth repeats, which I'd originally considered. Reason being is, yes, I am currently on Planet Calypso. Whenever I get done, I am not going to be able to do what I had planned. I'd planned to go over to Planet Cyrene, next island, start my playlist there, and as you guys know, I've got a whole plan for some new playlists coming up. I recently found out that as of now, I am working every single day. I will not be getting a day off any longer until we get somebody else hired. I also had a personal assistant and a housekeeper hired. They flaked on me at the absolute last second and just absolutely bounced out, so I'm completely stuck there. So real life stuff aside, there's something important in-game that has now come up. So first we need some backstory, because there is a migration event right now going on planet Arcadia that I will immediately be going to as soon as I finish this codex. And it is a great opportunity, but first we need some backstory. So Planet Arcadia, for a long time, was the destination planet you wanted to be on. They had a lot of the best content, a lot of the best opportunities, and you would start off on Planet Calypso, but once you really got your feet into the game, most serious players would go to Planet Arcadia. They had a lot of great stuff going. Well, some things happened, and needless to say, there was some disagreements between Planet Arcadia and Mindark. I won't go into all of that in detail, but let's suffice to say that, unfortunately, because of that, it caused the Planet Arcadia team some issues. And those issues became very problematic and essentially caused the Arcadia team to put a lot of stuff on hold or not be able to do a lot of stuff. And as those issues got worked out, Planet Arcadia slowly didn't have the best opportunities anymore. It created a vacuum where other planet partners could step in and create opportunities, and players slowly started to go to those other planets. This is where the Next Island development team really stepped up and took Next Island from a dead planet to a great planet and a place you wanted to be. Well, recently, very recently, the issues that the Arcadia team had been facing were resolved. Those disagreements got resolved, and as a result, Arcadia's hands became untied. So they've been able to create a lot of great content and do a lot of great things. But remember, they were already doing these things when these disagreements took place. So they already had a lot of stuff pre-made, pre-planned, pre-packaged, and then it just got problematic. So let's take a step back, and before we talk about the new migration event on Arcadia, let's take a quick look at the history of some things on Arcadia. So Arcadia has its own lore with its own factions, and there's the INF, which is like a military organization on Arcadia, and then there's the Smugglers, which are like the quote-unquote bad guys, right? The bad boys that everybody wants to be. So, unfortunately, I can't shoot this on Arcadia because I'm trying to finish migration so I can get there and show you guys this event live. But needless to say, the information that you need right this second is that to become a smuggler, you have to do some mission chains, where essentially you just pay $100 US, 1,000 ped in Artcoin to get smuggler gear. It's essentially just clothing. It is account bound. It's not tradable as far as I'm aware. Even to the trade terminal, I believe. I know it's account bound, but I don't think you can even sell it back to the trade terminal. I'm not 100% positive on that. But the reason you would do this is once you became a smuggler, once you went through these missions and paid the 1,000 ped worth of art coins and got the smuggler gear, you got access to special smuggler opportunities, special missions, special instances, stuff like that. The big boy of them was there are INF, is it IFN, or I believe it's INF, warehouses. And the smugglers, once you were a full-fledged smuggler and did these insane mission chains, you could raid these warehouses. You could go in and do these warehouse instances, and you had the opportunity at exceedingly rare loot. The obvious one that you want to mention is the unlimited smuggler armor and the limited moonshine plate. So I will tell you guys right now, one big takeaway from this video: if you loot a full TT limited moonshine plate, do not get rid of it. Do not sell it to the trade terminal. Now, if you get a partial TT moonshine plate from this new Arcadia event, do whatever you want with it. But if you get a full TT moonshine plate, do not get rid of it, whatever you do. So I'll circle back to that in a minute. Now, here's the problem. A lot of people got into these IFN warehouses. I'm just going to call them IFN. I think it's IFN. It might be INF, but I'm going to call them IFN. They got into these IFN warehouses and they started doing the instance. But here's the problem. We know for a fact on Arcadia, you essentially have to have certain amount of PED that gets cycled before certain things drop. It's like the loot table has certain gates that have to be met, and as PED gets cycled, those gates unlock, and that allows things to drop. Well, the problem is, like I said, you had to make an upfront investment to get the smuggler gear, the clothing. Then you had to go through the mission chain. Then you were finally able to start cycling PED in the warehouses. So without a lot of people cycling a lot of PED, those gates to unlock this stuff in the loot pool weren't getting unlocked. And that meant that there just was not a lot of this really good, rare Uber stuff that was dropping. Now keep in mind, this is the better part of a decade ago. I don't have an exact date, but it was the better part of a decade ago. We're talking circa 2012, 2013. So what ended up happening is a lot of the unlimited smuggler armor, this uber rare, uber valuable armor, never even got discovered. There might have been a couple of pieces that were dropped that were discovered, but like a full set was never discovered. The other problem was these moonshine plates. You really need the full TT limited version, and a lot of times you would only limit the partial TT limited version, which obviously cannot be repaired. So because of this, whenever all of the issues came up with the Arcadia team having disagreements and MindArk having disagreements and everybody just having disagreements, it kind of created this problem where there was this exodus from Arcadia that just compounded the issue, because now virtually nobody is cycling in the warehouse instances, which means none of the good stuff is going to drop. So let's fast forward to late July 2023. We're in the middle of the ELM, the Emon Longtooth Migration 2023 here on Planet Calypso, the one that I'm currently finishing, the one that you're seeing on screen. Well, Planet Arcadia gets all their issues resolved. They've recently come out with the new instance on Arcadia Moon with the new daily missions and the new blueprints and all that, which we'll cover in depth later on. So all of that happens. Well, they get to have their own migration now. So this migration event, it's called Wrath Unleashed, Roar of the 8 Coins. The event dates are July 21st, 2023 till September 17th, 2023. So this event actually started 9 days ago. Okay, so yes, I know I'm a little bit late getting the information to you guys, but I wanted to get correct information. I wanted to be sure I knew what I was talking about before I started putting information out there to y'all. So it did start 9 days ago, which is why I want to get this out to you today. This is why I'm going ahead and shooting it now, even though I'm on Planet Calypso, even though I still haven't got there to start this yet. I want to get this out to you guys now because I'm already 9 days behind the curve getting this to you. So it's this Wrath of the 8 Coin event. It is a migration style event. And I will put a link in the description below to Arcadia Forum, because they actually have a great map on Arcadia Forum. And it tells you the path of the mobs. Now, these are enraged mobs. You've got enraged Teledon and enraged Scoria. There is a static spawn and a moving spawn for each one. And there is a map that shows you the start point for the spawn and the end point for where the spawn will end. Very good map. So this entire event takes place, as far as I'm aware, on the 8 Coins land area on Planet Arcadia. Now, here's the deal. 8 Coins is normally a taxed land area. And as you guys know, I typically avoid taxed land areas like the plague. However, during the event from July 21st, 2023 till September 17th, 2023, there is a 0 tax rate on this land area. It has been reduced down to 0. This means, other than what you would normally lose cycling, which you're going to have happen no matter where you are, there's no additional hunting tax, which is perfect, because if this was a taxed event, it would be like, do we do it, do we not? It would be a very, very close call. But without it being a taxed event, that's amazing. Now, I can tell you what I already know is that the mobs that you kill, these enraged mobs that are unique to this event, they do count to the regular codex. So they will count to your regular Teledon codex and your regular Scoria codex. Just like the mutated mobs on Arcadia contribute to your regular codex for each of those mobs. Great, and now I'm stuck. So here's the deal. What they have essentially done is they have moved the loot pools from the warehouse instances that smugglers used to go in and raid. And that seems more or less to be the loot pool for these event mobs. So what that means is right now, as we speak, these mobs on this new Arcadia version of Migration are dropping unlimited smuggler armor. In fact, I think the first piece of unlimited smuggler armor to drop in over a decade dropped within like 45 minutes of this event starting. It was exceedingly, exceedingly fast. Now, obviously, there are going to be some extremely, extremely high-level mobs in this event. You're talking level 70 plus, level 100 plus. Obviously, these are going to be high-level mobs. But I am assuming that there are some lower level mobs as well. Now, like I said, I have not made it there yet, so I'm only giving you guys the information I know to be absolutely factually true. So what we have seen is within 45 minutes of this event starting, unlimited smuggler armor has started to drop. The first piece in the better part of a decade. There have been several pieces that have been discovered for the very first time in the past couple of days. I know there's been a helmet, I know there's been arm guards, I know there was a harness, I know there's been both male and female parts. Now, on top of that, what I can tell you is moonshine plates are dropping. Now, normally the moonshine plates would also only drop from those warehouse instances. But I can tell you that it has been confirmed they are dropping during this event. And again, you want the full TT ones. What you do with the limited TT ones is up to you. But here's why you want to keep the unlimited TT ones. The full TT ones. The full TT ones, if you can get a full TT Moonshine plate limited, there is an upgrade mission that smugglers can do that can turn it into an unlimited smuggler plate. Unlimited smuggler plate has pretty good stats, it's got amazing durability, and it gives you that increased block chance. So when we've been talking about these armor plates that have this increased block chance, like the ones from Crystal Palace, like the new ones on Next Island, like the new ones on Cyrene, like the new ones on the Arcadia Moon Underground instance mission that just recently came out. The thing that's special about these plates is not only the great stats, but they give this block chance, which gives you the chance to just avoid a hit you would have otherwise taken, which is a huge money saver. So the unlimited version of this Moonshine plate can be worth a little bit of money. But in order to make it, you need a full TT limited one that you can use in the upgrade mission. And as you know, you cannot take a limited item to a repair terminal, so you have to loot it in full TT value. So whatever you do, if you go do this Arcadia Migration, the Wrath of the 8 coins, whatever you do, if you loot a full TT limited Moonshine armor plate, do not get rid of it, because it will be able to be used in this upgrade mission to make an unlimited smuggler armor plate, which will be pretty valuable. It's not the easiest thing to upgrade, but it's definitely worth doing. So there's a couple reasons you're going to want to do this event. Number one, 8 coins has taken their tax rate down to 0, so it's a tax-free event as far as the land area is concerned. Number two, chance at uber rare smuggler armor unlimited. Number 3, chance at limited items that would normally only drop in those warehouses. Number 4, chance at full TT limited Moonshine plates that can be used in the upgrade mission for unlimited smuggler plates, or Moonshine plates I should say. And number 5, because your codex from these enraged mobs is going to count toward your regular codex for that same mob. Now, this is amazing because I really don't think there's enough people talking about this in game. Normally, summer's kind of, we've got migration. It's honestly way too long, even though the rewards for codex are absolutely stellar, and even though some of the best gear in game only drops during migration, it just feels way too grindy, even by my standards. I am highly annoyed at how long it has taken and how much I've had to cycle just to get through rank 24, just to start getting through rank 25. It's honestly kind of annoying. But you've also got to remember, a lot of people are on vacation. A lot of people are dealing with their kids being out for the summer. There's less people even playing the game because of just real-life commitments. So I see why it is, but this is great because this shows that the Arcadia development team has really been able to just ramp up and go hard in the paint ever since these issues got resolved. They've already created the new instance on the Arcadia Moon, the new daily mission to get you access to that instance. Now they've got this new migration thing going on. They've taken the tax rate at 8 coins down to 0% while this is happening. And to have the loot from the INF, IFN warehouses, whichever it is, that normally only smugglers would be able to go into, be essentially the loot pool of this event is absolutely amazing because people are cycling ped. Those gates are unlocking, and as those gates are unlocking, as the proper amount of peds being cycled, we're seeing these items drop for the first time in a decade. These items are actually starting to finally be discovered, be in game, and that is a great thing for the game, for the economy, and for Arcadia. It shows that the Arcadia development team is every bit on their toes as they used to be. They just kind of had their hands tied behind their back. So as soon as I can get done with rank 25 here on the Longtooth, I will be heading to Arcadia to grind out this event. Now, hopefully I get there and I find a mob that's in the level range that I am happy with. That may not be possible. I'm not going to go be hunting level 75 or 100 or 120 mobs. That's just not going to happen given my skills, my skill level, my gear. However, I don't think that's going to necessarily be the case. Even though we know those mobs are there, even though those are the ones that are most likely to probably drop the best stuff, I'm sure there's going to be lower level mobs also, just like we've got Emon that are over level 50. Well, we've also got Longtooth that are level 4, right? I'm hunting the level 12 youngs right now. And I love that they made both a moving spawn and a fixed spawn of this new Arcadia migration, because one thing that's really annoying with migration is constantly having to try and follow the spawn to figure out where the maturity level you want is. This is actually a fixed spawn of Longtooth mature level 14 and young level 12 that you're looking at right now. It has taken me practically the entire event just to try and figure out where I could find a fixed spawn of young. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this spawn, this fixed spawn of Longtooth 12 young and 14 mature, in the description below. I have found some really good resources for next year's migration that will help you guys better follow the path of Longtooth and Emon and give you the fixed spawns. But for those of you who are trying to finish up Longtooth right here in 2023, I'm only going to put the waypoint for this fixed spawn that I'm at right now. I'm actually just north of Fort Argus. If we pull up the map, we can see that Fort Argus is literally right here. And if you just go like practically straight north and a little bit to the west, I'm over here by the coastline. It's really not that far. I'm about 800 to 1,000 meters from Argus. So, and I'm sure you guys saw that in the video a while ago whenever I died and had to revive. So I'm really excited for a couple of reasons. Number one, obviously, this is a great opportunity for Codex. This is a great opportunity to, yet again, try and loot some uber rare items, which is what we want. It's a great opportunity to skill. It's a great opportunity for the Smuggler armor, the limited items that are non-armor related, the unlimited Smuggler armor, and the limited Moonshine plates that can be upgraded if you get them at full TT. It's a great opportunity to work on Codex. But here's something else that's exciting. Arcadia has been doing a lot of stuff Smuggler related since their hands were untied. Starting with the instance on the moon and the new plates that are there. Now we've got this migration event that seems to essentially in a way be Smuggler related because of the kind of loot that's dropping. They seem to know intuitively from past experience what the players that are hardcore players want. The opportunity to get skills with the opportunity for limited items with good markup, good demand. The opportunity for uber items that are unlimited with uber value to them. They intuitively know that, right? And what we're seeing is people are starting to go through the Smuggler chain because of that moon instance. Now people are getting excited because they're going, okay, if they're already focusing on all this, what is in the future for the warehouses? Are those warehouse instances still going to have all the stuff that's currently right now dropping during this event? Or are they going to have new stuff? Is there even a new step that they've had planned for a while that they just haven't been able to do for the past 5 to 10 years? is there even more good content to come, even more good rare Uber items to come, even more good opportunities to come? And I think the answer is yes. So I wanted to get you guys up to speed. If you're looking for something to do, if you're done with the ELM migration and you're looking for a good opportunity to have a grindfest type experience, then really right now Arcadia is on point. They've taken the tax rate at 8 coins down to 0. They've got a static spawn. They've got a moving spawn. I'm pretty sure they've got maturity levels across the board. You can get the limited items from the warehouse instance, like the guns and the weapons. You have a chance at uber rare unlimited smuggler armor, even though it is a very, very, very rare chance. And you can get those limited moonshine plates that, if you can loot a full TT one, can be upgraded. And on top of that, the codex from these mobs contributes to the regular codex for that mob. So all said and done, I am canceling my plans. I had planned to leave here and go straight to Planet Cyrene and be stuck on Cyrene until Mayhem. Instead, I'm going to be leaving here. I'm going to be going directly to this Wrath of the 8 Coins event, the new Arcadia migration. I'm going to be banging that out as hard as I can, if I can find an appropriate level mob. And then whenever that's done, then I will be going to Planet Cyrene. So I hate to do that to Planet Cyrene, because they deserve just as much coverage and have just as many great opportunities going at the moment, if not more. But unfortunately, given my time constraints, given the fact that I am going to be working every day, given the fact that apparently I had the housekeeper flake on me at the last second and have to do all this other stuff in real life, including other projects that I've currently got going, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go straight to Arcadia, try and grind out this Wrath of the 8 Coins event as hard as I can, and then I will be circling to Planet Cyrene. So guys, I wanted to get you up to speed because there's not a lot of people in game talking about it. Even the people that are seeing the smuggler armor drop are going, I'm confused. Why is this only dropping, and why isn't it dropping in the warehouse? So I wanted to get that information out there so you guys might not even know what to go hunt. I know the first couple of times I saw smuggler armor being discovered last week, I was like, I don't get it. How is it just now being discovered? Why are people suddenly banging out the warehouses left and right? Well, they're not. It's because there's this migration event going on. So that's why the armor is dropping outside of the warehouses. Now, in future videos, we will cover the lore of Arcadia, Smugglers, INF, all that. We will cover the warehouses in depth. I'm going to become a smuggler at some point in the very near future. We've got a lot of stuff that we will cover in individual videos in the future that I've mentioned in this video. And I'm sorry that I was having to do this on Planet Calypso, but I want to get this information out to you guys as fast as humanly possible. I don't have time to stop this event, go there, check the event out, come back, finish rank 25, and then go bang out that event. That would make no sense. So that's what's up. That's why the smuggler armor is now being discovered. That's why you're seeing this drop, and this is why you're seeing a lot of people head over to Arcadia with the quickness. And guess what? We happen to now be down with the quickness. So that's what we're going to do too. So hopefully that gets you guys more or less up to speed. As I get there and am able to actually check out the event in person, and I find out more information about the mob levels and where the different spawns, either static or moving, have different maturities that are easy to handle for lower and mid-level players, I will let you guys know that information as quickly as I can. So for now, sip, sip, smack, smack. Y'all know the rest. Take care, Stevies.